made Creed a potential criminal. Another drifter, he thought as he noted Creed's somewhat bedraggled appearance. Then the sheriff eyed Nimbus. Maybe not, he thought. Pretty fine horse for a drifter, unless he stole the animal. It's probably it. It's probably another one of them Missouri bushwhackers who's been run south by their law. Well, we'll just see about this fellow. He took one step toward the door, but stopped when he saw Creed turn the Appaloosa in the direction of the hitching rail in front of Shelbourne's. Hall smiled and thought to himself, Good, I won't have to chase him down now. He continued watching as Creed dismounted, hitched his horse to the rail where the sheriff's chestnut mare was tied, and stepped onto the short porch in front of the building. The hinges of the screen door creaked when Creed entered the store. He closed the door gently, then paused just inside the entrance to allow his eyes to adjust to the dimmer interior light as he scanned the room. Satisfied that he wouldn't bump into anything and send it crashing to the floor, he stepped up to the cash counter and waited for service. Hall crunched the last bit of cracker in his mouth, chewed it fast, and swallowed hard. Puffing himself up with importance, he sidled up to Creed before Shelbourne came forward to wait on him. "Good day, stranger," he said. "Good day, sir," said Creed, glancing casually at Hall. He really didn't feel like being sociable. "Just riding through?" queried Hall. "Just riding through what?" replied Creed. Hall flipped the lapel of his coat to display his badge of office to Creed. "Through my county," he said with a tigerish smile. Paying little attention to the tin star, Creed sighed and said, "Yes, sir, I'm just riding through." "Where are you headed?" asked Hall. He replaced the lapel in its proper position. "South," said Creed, irritated by the lawman's question, which stimulated him to be intentionally evasive. The sheriff's grin vanished. "South, you say?" he asked. He squinted at Creed and snarled, "You're a bit of a wise-ass, ain't you, mister?" Creed heaved another sigh, and as he exhaled, he let his head droop in order to distract Hall for a second. Looking up again, he tilted his head to the right, while his left hand casually took hold of the left flap of his coat. Sheriff or not, if Hall meant to give him trouble, Creed was now prepared to reciprocate. He would spend little effort pulling aside his coat and drawing the hidden Colt 44 from his waistband, then using the six-shooter in whatever way was necessary to get Hall off his back. "No, sir, I am not a wise-ass, as you put it," he said slowly. "I am a simple traveler riding through this county, minding my own business." "Your very presence in Collin County is my business, sir," said Hall, trying to muster up an authoritative tone, but failing miserably. "Now I wish to know your name, and I wish to know it quick." Creed forced a friendly smile to confuse and disarm Hall as he said, "It's Creed." He paused for the briefest second, looking for any reaction in Hall's eyes that said he recognized the name as that of a wanted man. Seeing nothing that indicated Hall knew the name, he added, "Slate Creed, from Lavaca County." "Lavaca County, huh?" queried Hall, still not showing any sign of recognition. "Is that where you're headed from here, Mr. Creed?" "No," said Creed. "From here I'm hoping to reach Dallas by nightfall." "Dallas? Then where are you headed?" "I'm going to see my mother," said Creed, again being evasive. "I see," said Hall, assuming Creed meant that he was going to Lavaca County. "So, where are you coming from?" "Up north," said Creed. "You're being a wise-ass again, Mr. Creed," said Hall. "That makes me think that you got something to hide." "Sheriff, before you go getting all riled up over nothing," said Creed, "try standing in my boots for a minute. How would you feel if you were a stranger someplace and some fella came up to you asking a whole lot of questions that he had no call to ask in the first place?" "I'm the law in these parts, Mr. Creed," Creed interrupted him angrily, saying, "No, sir, you're not the law. You're a lawman whose duty it is to uphold the law, not make it." He paused for a second to see how Hall would react to his statement. Seeing that it had taken the sheriff completely aback, he continued to challenge Hall's authority, saying, "Now, unless I've committed some sort of crime in your county, Sheriff, I would appreciate you leaving me be." Hall's mouth had gone dry. He wet his lips, then snarled, "You wise-ass son of a bitch!" He doubled up his right fist and drew it back, grabbing the lapel of Creed's coat with his left hand. Realizing that he had finally pushed Hall